Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Level Up English. My name is Michael, and today I have a deep and sexy voice. And that is because I'm recovering from the big COVID. Very sad. It caught up to me after a couple years of avoiding it. It finally got me, and I've been a little bit under the weather this past week. It's been about 10 days now. 10 days? It's been about 7 days now, and I'm still not totally recovered. But apart from my voice and my, I guess, a bit of fatigue, I'm not doing too bad. This word fatigue, by the way, is very useful. Fatigue just means tiredness. I feel fatigue. That's a noun. Fatigued is the adjective. Very tired and weak feeling. So that's always horrible. But I thought I could make the most of this and maybe talk about some words and vocabulary you can use in English when you get sick, right? So I'm going to try to capitalize on my illness, make the most of my illness, and share some good words with you guys. So, one really, really useful one is the phrase to come down with. I came down with a cold, right? Come down with plus illness just means you got that illness, you became sick. So, last week I came down with the flu and I was in bed for a week. That's pretty much true. But another important distinction here is notice how we say the flu, but we say a cold. I came down with the flu. I came down with a cold. A cold. Now, don't worry about the reason why so much, it's maybe not so important, but just remember that difference. The flu, a cold. Right? A bit weird, isn't it? So, yeah, this week I have been feeling a little bit under the weather. On the one hand, it's very annoying because I've missed my routine. I haven't studied my languages as much as I'd like to. I haven't been doing as much work as I'd like. A little bit annoying, but I can share my symptoms with you today. So, by the way, under the weather, if you're feeling under the weather, that means you're not feeling 100%. You're not feeling great. So, let me tell you how I was feeling. First of all, I was a little bit chesty. Chesty. A lot of these words, by the way, are going to be quite conversational, perhaps not so formal, but chesty is a common one, which I don't really think I've seen it written before, but we say this a lot, referring to your chest, where your lungs are. I guess it's kind of related to your breathing and your lungs, and it means you have kind of a little bit of a bad cough, maybe, a little bit chesty. So if you're coughing a lot, we have this expression to cough your lungs up. If you're coughing really, really intensely, you're coughing your lungs up. You're a little bit chesty, maybe. So I'm a bit chesty today. I've got to keep coughing and then cutting it out of the video, but hopefully you won't see that unless I make a mistake. And I also have a very hoarse voice. Not too bad, actually, but a couple of days ago, I had a really hoarse voice where if I spoke to someone, it sounded like, I don't know, I sounded like a kind of a villain on Star Wars or something like that. I've also been feeling a little bit bunged up. A little bit bunged up. So this word bunged up, I'll put at the bottom here, just means a little bit congested. Congested is a more formal word. Bunged up, this phrasal verb, is more colloquial, more casual. Bunged up, congested. It just means everything is blocked. Your nose, your throat, it's all blocked, and it's very hard to talk. You're very nasally. So if you're coughing and sneezing and blowing your nose all day, that means you are bunged up. And it's not a nice feeling at all. Luckily, actually, I wasn't bunged up this week. I had bad dizziness and headaches and I had a sore throat. My nose was fine. I had no problems there. So it was very, very strange. But I really shouldn't complain because, in my opinion, the worst part about getting a cold or the flu is having a bunged up nose. I hate that so much. But let me know, what's your worst part of getting a cold? So, of course, as I said, other symptoms, sore throat, a headache. That's an important word. Many people might say headache or headache, but it's pronounced ache. Ache, ache. So don't worry about the spelling too much. Just remember headache, headache. If you have to keep blowing your nose, maybe you have a runny nose. We say runny nose, really disgusting phrase, runny nose. If your nose is just completely blocked and it's very hard to breathe, we might use the adjective stuffy. Stuffy nose. Yeah, it's like if something's stuffed inside, it's blocked, right? stuffy nose. So I think those are the main symptoms we have with getting sick. And a few more expressions like feeling rough is a good one too. I feel like this is quite a British one. I don't know if I've heard this so much in American English, but in England we say it all the time. I'm feeling so rough today. Rough kind of means untidy or messy, not precise, not clear, not clean. But in this case, it just means feeling pretty bad. It's a very common hangover phrase as well. Oh, I'm feeling rough, feeling so rough. I need some water. However, for me, I was not hungover, even though it did feel like it. I just caught a bug. I caught a bug, I got sick. Right, I caught a bug. So I wasn't feeling 100%. So unfortunately, I had to reschedule some of my lessons, some of my private lessons, and that always makes me so sad to do. I always hate doing that. So for the whole week, basically, I was off sick. I was off sick. So that's what phrase we can use when you take time off work because you're sick. I'm off sick today. I'm off sick. What we're omitting here is the word work. We say, I'm off work sick. But normally we make it shorter. I'm off sick. I was off sick last week. If you're an employee with a boss, then you might have to call in sick, which is always a really awkward conversation to make. I've got to call in sick to work today. I have some horrible memories in the past for calling in sick, and my boss just didn't believe me. And I really was sick, and it's really annoying when like your boss doesn't believe you. I hate that feeling, like you have to feel, not only do you feel sick and you're bunged up, but you have to feel guilty as well. It's such a horrible feeling. I think any boss that does that, shame on you. Luckily though, I did have my jabs. So I had my 2 COVID jabs. Jab is another word for vaccine, injection, right? Or any injection is a jab. Specifically the vaccine, I had 2 jabs and I had my booster shot. Booster, you may have heard of this, very kind of common buzzword these days. To boost is to give some extra energy to something. Let me boost you over the wall. You might need boost in a video game to go faster. I had my booster shot in January as well. So I wonder if that helped. Perhaps if I hadn't got my jabs, I would have felt worse. There's a good third conditional sentence as well. And yeah, I think there's not too much we can do when we're sick, right? I'm thinking about how to treat the flu, how to treat colds. I was sipping on tea, lots and lots of tea. There's a really good drink in the UK. We call it Lemsip, which has got sip in the name. Lem, I think, is short for lemon. Sip is, like taking a little drink of a liquid. Have a sip to sip your drink. So Lemsip, it's really good. It doesn't taste good, but I think it really helps for colds, and it's got some painkiller in there as well, which is good for headaches. So I was sipping on my tea. I was drinking plenty of fluids. That's a really common phrase, collocation we use when we're sick. Drink plenty of fluids. We don't often use this word fluid, but we use it in this case. Drink plenty of fluids. Now, knock on wood, I am on the mend. I am on the mend, and I hopefully will make a full recovery in the next few days. But yeah, it's been too long. I can't wait. I'm on the mend. I'm getting better. Okay, so there are all my expressions today. I hope you enjoyed this simple video. I don't have the energy to do anything too crazy, but I hope this is better than nothing anyway. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one when I'm all better, hopefully. Goodbye for now. Thank you for watching.